Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much. Please continue standing for the African Union National Anthem.
God bless Africa, with thy children and thy flock, in honor and ever bless. Africa, our family, God bless Africa. God bless Africa. Kingdom loyalty must. We're Africa, the kingdom. Africa, our family. God bless Africa. God bless Africa. Dear home we love and cherished, beloved home forever. Africa, our family, until eternity. Africa, our family, until eternity. Until eternity. Until eternity. Until eternity.
Thank you very much. Warm round of applause for Abby and Lucy for that wonderful national anthem recitation.
My name is MINDI KASIGA from the United Republic of Tanzania. Tanzania oye!
Oi!
Africa Jew!
Oi!
Africa Jew!
Thank you very much, everybody. I see some...
Bosco, your name was not heard properly.
Oh, my name is Bosco Munga. I am a resident of the DMV. For those of you who know this area, a member of the diaspora, originally from Rwanda, and very much a part of the DMV of this area. So DMV, oye! Rwanda, oye! All right.
We are here in celebration of Africa Day. So we all want to get you in the mood of Africanism. So if you know, if you're an American or you are a person from a different continent, please, this is how we do our African celebration. So ladies can do the ululation, the lululululi. Ladies can do, gentlemen.
Exactly what you're saying, which is they need to scream in whatever language that you typically scream in.
So let's do it one more time. Africa, oye!
Oye!
This year's celebration has been co-chaired by two of our beautiful, fantastic ambassadors, Ambassador Liberata Mula Mula and Ambassador
Matilda Mtakavana from Rwanda, who is also here. And we're going to begin by having each of the particular ambassadors. Actually, we'll ask for both of them to come up here. And ambassadors.
Ladies and gentlemen, Liberata Mula Mula, Ambassador of the United Republic of Tanzania, co-chair of tonight's event.
Asante, asante, asante sana.
Wow, wow, what a night. We say if you cannot go to Africa, we bring Africa to you. Your Excellency, Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield, the Assistant Secretary of State for Africa from the U.S. State Department, and the senior officials from the State Department and the government, Your Lordship, the Mayor of D.C., Your Excellency, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, are you here? Where are you, our Dean? Oh, yeah. Your Excellency, Amina Salum Ali, Ambassador of the African Union to the United States, Upo. Are you there? Your Excellency, Dauda Diabet, Ambassador of Cote d'Ivoire and Chairman of the African Group, are you there? Great. Your Excellency, Faidem Tifu, Deputy Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, are you Upo? Dada Faida Upo. My fellow co-chair, Ambassador Matilda Mkantabana, Upo. Your Excellencies, ambassadors, our distinguished guests, welcome. Our friends, the friends of Africa and partners, are you there? Welcome. My dear colleagues from the two embassies, my dear sisters and brothers, good evening to you all. Bonsoir à tous, ou bonsoir à tout le monde. Boa noite a todos. Boa noite. Habari za jioni for the Swahili speaking. Salamu alaikum. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to our Africa Day, Africa Night. We are celebrating the 51 years of the African Union. Then was Africa Organization of African Unit. Now we have African Union. On the 25th of May 25th of 1963, our leaders of independent countries, driven by a common aspiration towards decolonization, liberation, equality, and progress, signed the founding charter in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. This is what we are celebrating tonight, 51 years after signing that charter. While some of the aspirations have been realized today, of course we all know Africa is rising, but rising with opportunities and challenges. I plead with you where you are seated, please engage. Engage, talk it out. But we call on our friends and partners to walk with us. To walk with us not only tonight, but walk with us all the way. I'm delighted to be here as one of the co-chairs of the organizing committee of the African group of ambassadors in the United States. We were privileged, me and my fellow sister, the ambassador of Rwanda, to have organized the event tonight. We know when everything goes well, you never hear from you, but when it goes bad, we take responsibility. Please bear with us the challenges, but it is all in good faith. We are here because we are celebrating Africa of today. We were privileged to have the regional leaders of our sub-regions of Africa, East, West, South, Central, and North. You're going to hear them. I don't want to preempt them. But we'll have a documentary that will give you the survey of what Africa is all about. But tonight we have a particular theme that is a lifeline for Africa, and that is agriculture and food security. Again, I don't want to preempt all those who will be speaking after me, but we have with us our distinguished guest speakers, but also we have the keynote speaker, Dr. Juma Upo. Are you here? Oh, great, great. So without much ado, I want to thank you all for coming, and it's my hope that we will have a lovely night. And it's night full of music, full of dance. You have all to be on the floor. Thank you very much. And we say in Tanzania, asanteni sana na karibuni. Thank you very much.
Distinguished guests, it's wonderful to follow somebody who is well-versed into dance, but also who can introduce our guests the way they should be introduced. Excellencies, we are happy to have you here. My sister has said most of the things that I was going to say to welcome you, but I'll give a couple of remarks. It's a pleasure for us to welcome you to the Africa Day. As we celebrate our day, we will commit to our shared goal to solidify Africa's unity. And we salute you. We salute all the people who have been with us on this journey. Today, Africa's population is slightly above 1 billion people. And the youth is comprising about 60% of the population. This upsurge of the population is a challenge, but also a big opportunity, as we report about 40% in 2050 are going to be workforce from Africa. The continent has experienced overall poverty rates that are falling, and quality of life are indicating that we are improving. Slowly but surely, the narrative that Africa is the world's perennial problem child, stuck in a never-ending cycle of conflict, crisis, corruption, and chaos is shifting. Having said that, we collectively have to put our efforts together to assist our citizens build better lives, improve life expectancy, reduce maternal and infant mortality, eradicate communicable diseases, reduce malnutrition, and deliver long-term food security. The theme for today's day. We need a growing economy, but a growing economy is no guarantee that any of these things will be achieved. As our president, my president, I'm proud of, President Kagame said, the Millennium Development Goals are a floor, not a ceiling. So we have to continue together, and governments like mine and our governments have to continue to focus on the basics. including food security and agricultural productivity. We must continue to work in close collaboration with regional and international bodies to build the resilience and the capacity necessary to meet the challenges and realize the potential of economic development. Tackling deprivation is a complex and multifaceted challenge. It takes good governance, policy innovation, collaboration, and investment. All of these things, not one or the other, but all at once. Yes, Africa can. We are here to prove that Africa can. We've come a long way, and we are at the next frontier. Our vision in the next 50 years must be firmly anchored in the aspiration of its people, women, men, young and old, rural and urban population. This means that the Africa trajectory over the next 5 decades hinges on Africa reaching a strong, sustained, and inclusive growth that is supported by sound policies. The good news is that between us, African governments have built an impressive database, hard-won successes over decades of experimentation. We know what works, we know what doesn't. As Africa rises, so will the legitimate aspirations of its people. As we mark this day, let us commit ourselves and take this day as an opportune moment to reflect on Africa's renaissance and celebrate our achievements. In conclusion, please let me take this opportunity again to thank you, and especially to express my sincere appreciation to my co-host. I promise I'll dance at the end. That's what we said we'll do. Once again, Excellencies, it was a pleasure for us to have you this evening. Thank you so much for coming.
Warm round of applause for them, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Anna. Thank you, Anna.
Mama way, Africa way, mama way, Africa hey. They say that I come from the dark continent, Africa. They say that I come from the dark continent, Africa. The last time I checked the word dark in the dictionary, it meant evil or wickedness, without knowledge or enlightenment, a state of ignorance, difficult to understand the absence of light. But I still believe in Africa, and I'm proud to be an African, because even though my continent has been marred by civil wars, ethnic wars, tribal wars, and HIV and AIDS is killing my people in masses, while the world watches and the media shows with no remorse, please do not let the media fool you, because to them news is only when it bleeds, it reads. But I'm not going to abandon my people, and I am not going to disown my ancestors, and no matter what they say, I am not going to deny my race. Instead, I have chosen to stand up for Africa. I have chosen to defend my history, protect my land, eliminate the perpetrators and their wickedness, and declare peace in the name of justice. Let us not forget that Africa is the richest continent in natural resources, from gold to diamond, rubber to copper, timber to oil. Africa is widely known. Africa is widely known for its tourism industry. Africa exports tea, coffee, just to name a few. Africa is beautifully endowed with the Great Rift Valley, the Victoria Falls, the pyramids, the oceans, the seas, and even its people. And now, 80% of the world's supply of coltan, a mineral that is used to manufacture cell phones, computers, PlayStations in the whole world, is found in Africa. Tell me, what darkness comes from all of this light? So while some of the people trying to turn our blessing to curses, please let us all stand up together and give thanks and praise for this wonderful things. For if we let our selfish interests control us, some of our leaders putting our lives on the line just to fatten their big fat bellies, then we are saying that we did not learn from colonization and slavery, and it will be sad to say that history repeats itself. Why are we helping to build other nations and continents while we watch Mother Africa crumble and fall? I am crying for revolution, and I am searching for followers, and I am looking for peacemakers. And until we say that there shall be no more blood, no more rape, no more poverty on my diamonds, no more blood, no more rape, no more poverty in my gold, and no more blood, no more rape, no more poverty on my cell phone. We as a people need to stand up together and defend what is ours, protect what is ours in peace and not in war. So just like Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream, I too have a dream. I have a dream that one day Africa shall lend and give aid to the world. Oh yes. I have a dream that one day we shall find a cure to HIV and AIDS and rid our continent of this dreaded disease. I have a dream that one day our children shall teach the Western children our culture instead of it being vice versa. I have a dream that one day all the African heads of states will come together, speak in one voice, and together form and create one country, one continent. The United States of? The United States of? So listen to our mothers and our fathers calling. For when Mama Africa calls, we must answer. And I know that we shall get to the mountain top. Thank you.
One more round of applause for Anna Malago. Asante sana, Anna.
Please put your hands together one more time for Anna Mwalago, our own African diaspora from Kenya, originally from Kenya. Now she's a resident of Maryland, United States. Once again, thank you, Anna. Now, in the spirit of celebration, in the spirit of celebrating Africa, as those words, nice words from Anna's poem, I'd like to welcome, and I need to get the name right, because you know Africa, there's so many languages. So this one, I gotta get it right. Julia Chigamba and Chinyakare Ensemble. Karibuni.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I would like just to say a few words about the District of Columbia that we live in. The District of Columbia is one of the most friendly places to members of the African community. For those of you, not only all the embassies are in the District of Columbia and they're very welcomed, we have a huge diaspora community. We have a huge diaspora community in the District of Columbia that are very welcome. In fact, in the mayor's office, he has an Office of African Affairs. All these are initiatives that have been going on for a long time with the Honorable Vincent Gray. Not only was he at that particular time the chair of the city of the District of Columbia, he is now the mayor. And it is my pleasure. Please give him a warm round of applause as he comes to address us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. I'm really delighted to be able to join you tonight at the African Ambassadors Gala. Wasn't that a lot of energy that we just saw up here? Well, how about a big hand for the folks that just performed? Come on, guys, you can do better than that. How about a big hand? I'm delighted to be able to bring you greetings on behalf of the District of Columbia, the 647,000 people who now live in our great city. We are growing every day. I've had a chance to see a number of friends who are out here tonight, and I know that there are others who I haven't had a chance to say hello to as yet. But I'm also proud to be here tonight to be able to celebrate Africa Day. To our African diplomatic community and to the district's African diaspora, thank you all very much for having me be a part of this here tonight. You know, we have one of the most vibrant and diverse African communities in the entire United States. In fact, according to the Migration Policy Institute, about 10% of the nation's foreign-born African population actually lives in Greater Washington metropolitan area, which makes us, by the way, second only to New York in terms of the size of our African population. And I'm looking forward today when New York will say, we are second only to the District of Columbia in our African-born population. We have about, I guess, about 16,000 Africans now who live in the District of Columbia. You know, we add about 1,000 new residents to the District of Columbia every month. And it's a growing population of Africans that are helping us to grow that population. And we think that that trend is going to continue forward into the foreseeable future. Last year, In our District of Columbia public schools alone, we had African representatives, African students who represented more than 28 countries. Largest groups were from Ethiopia, Nigeria, Cameroon, the Central African Republic, Kenya, and Eritrea, among others. We're doing everything as we can as a city to be able to support and nurture that relationship with our friends in Africa and the many African nations that you represent. We also, over the last 3.5 years, have really worked hard to be able to expand our sister city relationships. For example, we now have four sister city relationships with Africa-based cities, and the most recent of which is Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. We had 400 people. It's the most in the history of this city who came down to our city hall to be a part of the signing of the agreement. And in fact, the mayor of Addis Ababa came all the way from Addis Ababa to join us in the signing of that agreement. We see the opportunity with them to be able to exchange information and collaborate on issues of mutual interest, priorities, economic development, education, working on youth, and of course, cultural projects. And by the way, we have agreements also with Schwanning in South Africa, with Accra in Ghana, and Dakar in Senegal. And we're continuing to build those relationships with each of those cities. You know, our partnership goes beyond just a sister city relationship. For example, I have been proud, I'm the first mayor to do this, and I'm proud to have done it, and that is to be able to declare, to proclaim September as African Heritage Month in the District of Columbia, and we hope you look forward to celebrating that with us. As you heard, we have an active Office on African Affairs. We have a director and a staff working there that helps us continue to build those relationships. And we have a Commission on African Affairs that is populated by people who are of African descent. There's a lot more I could say, and one of the things I want to mention is that we have started now awarding grants to organizations that are working on behalf of African-born people here in the District of Columbia. We just awarded the first ever African Community Grant Program grants. We awarded $100,000 to 8 community-based organizations which provide critical services to our African community here in the District of Columbia. They're focusing on jobs, economic development, health and human services, youth, education, and a variety of other things. I can't think of a better way, frankly, to be able to celebrate Africa Day than by awarding these grants so that we can continue to build those relationships here in the nation's capital. So I would like to ask Ambassador Amina Saloum Ali, if she would come up. I want to present a proclamation to her on behalf of the people of the District of Columbia and to all the nations that are represented here tonight. I think it was May 25th, 1963, which is a long time ago now, that 31 African leaders convened a summit to found the Organization of African Unity. And I am delighted to be able to celebrate that tonight. And again, that this is Africa Day. Yesterday, I guess, was Africa Day. But we're proud to be able to salute you today. And so, therefore, as mayor of the District of Columbia, I do hereby proclaim May 25th 2014 as Africa Day in the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, and we look forward to continuing to build on that relationship. Thank you, Ambassador.
Warm round of applause. Oye! Oye!
Africa Union, oye! District of Columbia, oye! Mayor Vincent Gray, oye! You guys, I'm just learning today that there are more than 5 cities in Africa that are having sister city relationship with DC. I'm going to ask my colleagues in Tanzania Embassy to consider Dar es Salaam. Sister city. Sister city, yeah.
In fact,
Sulaiman, you heard, yeah? Okay, wonderful. And congratulations Addis Ababa and Ethiopia for making the 5th one. As we have all witnessed from Mayor's speech, that the new kids on the block, they just signed the Sister City Agreement recently.
yes,
Thank you, Yvette. Thank you, Yvette. Noted.
Yeah, thank you very much. And our next featured speaker is indeed a friend of Africa. She will today represent the United States government, President Obama's government. She will have a word that she will say on his behalf. Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield is indeed a friend of Africa. She has served as an ambassador to Liberia. She has had many postings within the continent, and currently she is the Assistant Secretary in the Bureau of African Affairs. Please let us welcome her with a warm round of applause. Thank you very much.
Good, thank you. I can't see very well out there, but I see that there are a lot of people. So let me join the ambassador for Tanzania and my friend, the ambassador from Rwanda, in welcoming all of you tonight. Let me thank the mayor for his great remarks. And let me thank you, distinguished members of the African Diplomatic Corps, distinguished friends of Africa. I am really honored to be here with you tonight, honored to celebrate 51 years of African unity, honored on Africa Day to celebrate an event which not only recognizes the political, economic, and social achievements made across the African continent over the last year, but also recognizes the need to address the challenges of conflict, of climate change, of poverty, amongst other many destabilizing factors. But over the past year, we as a team, you and me, and people all over the continent of Africa, we have worked together on many initiatives that link Africa's achievements and challenges. The United States ambassadors and diplomats across the continent of Africa have worked with your foreign ministries, your heads of state, other executives, and worked to forge a better future for the continent of Africa. Whether here or on the African continent, you know that the United States government will continue to partner with your governments to promote mutual interests, bring about positive change, and ensure a future for the next generation. The U.S. and African relationship is strong. It's moving, continuing to move in a positive direction, but still, as all of you ambassadors here know, my door and my office is always open to all of you to receive you. My staff and I are always available to hear your ideas, your recommendations on how to make our relationship stronger. The theme of this year's Africa Day event is agriculture and food security. To me, this is a topic that really hits the root causes of poverty and hunger on the continent. More importantly, it also highlights the need for significant investment in Africa's agricultural sector. According to the State Department's Office of Global Food Security, the demands of growing populations, the impact of climate change, and the limitations on water and natural resources affects sustainability of investments in agricultural development and food security. It impedes long-term economic growth, limits livelihoods, and reduces overall well-being. Since many Africans depend directly on climate-sensitive economic activities such as agriculture and fisheries, the ripple effects that impact economic growth and cross-sector development are significant. U.S.-African strategic partnership like Feed the Future, the Global Climate Change Initiative, the forthcoming U.S. G8 New Alliance for Food Security and Nutrition, all are committed to addressing these challenges and developing Africa's agricultural sector. These partnerships, among many others, will be part of our historic U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit this August. Every ambassador in this room has heard me talk about the upcoming U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit, and I want to thank all of you for your support and the critical perspectives you have provided as we move forward in planning for this event. I want to thank all of you for your participation. As you know, at its core, the summit aims to make concrete progress on issues of mutual concern and shared opportunity. It is for this reason that we're committed to shaping the agenda jointly and ensuring that the dialogue that we have in August has an impact far beyond the conversations that our leaders will have over the course of the 2 days that they will be together. The African continent is bursting with potential, and on August 5th, the first day of the summit, the U.S.-Africa Business Forum will bring together U.S. and African business executives and your leaders to discuss Africa trade, African investment opportunities, and to showcase positive new economic realities on the continent. The objective of the forum the objectives are to encourage U.S. companies to invest in Africa and vice versa, to foster transactions and deals, to spur responsible countries to create jobs in the United States and jobs in Africa. And note that I said jobs in the United States because investment is a two-way street. And if companies, American companies, invest in Africa successfully, they will create jobs in America. The forum also underscores U.S. government support for investors and exporters through agencies like the U.S. Export-Import Bank, the Overseas Private Investment Corporation, and the Power Africa and trade initiatives, in addition to building partnerships between the public and private sectors. During the government-to-government discussions on August 6th, the focus of the sessions will be based on priorities we have heard from you on the continent, from peace and security to good governance and inclusive development. We look forward to a session that will address the ways we can partner to invest in Africa's future, and more specifically, ways that we can work together to foster the kind of sustainable economic growth that our food security partnership aims to build. So I look forward to further discussions about the summit. I hope that all of you, as you discuss the topic of agriculture and food security over the next few days, will consider how we can work together to bring U.S. firms to Africa, and will let us know the specific actions that could advance our shared interest in this priority area. Again, thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much for hosting all of us to this grand event. I look forward to the rest of the evening, and I will end here so that I don't stand between your meals and having a good time. I look forward to dancing with my friend, the Tanzanian ambassador, later in the evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. ngera ngera izenze wona mucha mwiza dukorana ha mugende neza museka cyane yego aha mwiza cyane mugereye kuno baseka neza ngeze ubu abaza mu Rwanda yego mama wona mucha nyarwanda wo mucha nyafurika ibyo ni byiza cy'u Rwanda muraha Rwanda muraha Afurika yacu yego amaboko meza yego mama yego byiza cy'u Rwanda